Hey loves, welcome back to another episode of the Cage Bird Sings. I'm your girl Shoka Shay, and we got the king on the other line. Say what's up.
So how y'all doing tonight?
Without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. So today's topic is
What constitutes a friend?
what constitutes a friend? That's a good question. Now, you want me to start or are you gonna start?
Yeah. Go ahead, Queen.
So, to me, what constitutes a friend is, I'm gonna say it's a couple of attributes to it, right? So, one being loyalty, another one being able to trust, another one being able to confide in, and another one being non-judgmental. See, because we always talk about on the show that nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. And accountability as well, because sometimes you need your friend to be like, yo, you was wrong, or no, that's not it. You feel me? So you need those are strong attributes that contribute to a good friend, I would say. You need all of that, because and then friendships, they grow, they expand, and they go through things. And so what I love about my friendship, my friend group, is I can be myself with my girls. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of our friendship. Everybody can be themselves, and I learn from them, right? And I'm hoping that they learn from me too. But I learn, subtle things, because I like to sit back and watch, right? I like to sit back and observe, right? And I sit back and observe how they are with their booze and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just observe them and watch them in admiration on how they've grown over the years and things like that. So I think that's what constitutes a good friend for me, cousin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I probably could elaborate a little bit more, but that's going to be like the gist of it.
That's going to be it.
Yeah.
A good friend, obviously is all those things said right there. I'll throw in another one, being honest. Someone that can be honest with you, I think is very important. To give you an example, I know a lot of times when you were speaking to relationships, you sit back and you observe your friends. So I'm gonna use that as the template to what I'm about to say. You got a girl. She has your girl got a new boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times, y'all sit back and y'all conversate, y'all dissect it. What does this mean? A lot of times what we don't understand is the friend, and a lot of people don't want to say it, they become jealous. Right?
Okay, so be jealous of what? Be jealous
of
what?
Of what the friend got going on.
Oh.
So when she may ask a question or her not really being honest because she don't want her friend pulled away. She want her friend.
Okay, I just wanted to let me throw this disclaimer out there, right? I ain't jealous of none of my girls and they boobs. But but I understand that, because you're right. There can be a tendency of that, like, why are you coming in between? Oh, I don't like him because he coming in between me and my girl, our time hanging out and all that stuff. So I can see that. I feel you on that. I feel you.
So me, I'm touching on it for my guys.
Okay.
Right? Because it makes it hard for my guys to be able to really get the proper attention. So let's just be honest. Right?
Okay.
The girl, now she comes in because she sees that the time that she spent, like you said, is not necessarily being spent with her. That's being taken away. So now when she comes and asks a particular question, she's not being honest. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking nobody, because I understand a lot of times relationships, the different dynamics of, particularly when it's your friend, because you're in a relationship too, whether we know it or not.
Right.
That's a relationship.
Right.
And sometimes it gets to the point where you don't want to lose that, or if you think you're losing it. So the struggle in that, it makes it hard for a brother, to be honest. It makes it hard. If you're wondering, like, damn, why is she acting like this? But the whole time it's the friend back there playing puppeteer.
All in her ear. All in her ear.
All in her ear.
Talking down on the
Yeah, all in her ear. All in her eardrums. Playing puppeteer. But then you do have the ones that, that have that maturity to it. Right. So I want to preference this question to you because, me and you are talking. Has that ever happened to you, Shay? Man, I'm kind of losing my friend.
Oh, I've never. Unfortunately, to be totally honest with you, I've never been in that instance to where it was like I was losing my friend. Now, I have sense enough to know that if somebody is in a relationship, yes, they are going to prioritize that relationship kind of over the friendship. But I was not forgotten about. You feel me? I wasn't forgotten about. And so I love love. Right? So I appreciate someone being in a relationship. I appreciate people growing together, understanding each other, and wanting to commit, because life be lifing, and sometimes you need somebody to life with, right? So I'm the one that encourages that relationship to thrive. I'm encouraging you to be with your boo. You feel me? Because when my time comes, it's on and cracking. That's where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be at the house with my boo. You feel me? That's where I'm gonna be. Out of trouble, making money and out of trouble. You feel me? So, but I've never really had that issue with me. No, I'm always the one that go be with your man. Go, I'm not. Nah, that's just not me. I'm one in a few.
One in a few.
Yeah. Because I respect it. Yeah, and I don't bad talk. Like, I don't bad talk people's relationship and things like that. Now, if somebody comes to me and asks me something or asks me their opinion, then I'll give my opinion of what I see. Because like I said in the beginning, I sit back and I observe things. If one of my friends or a family member were to come back to me and say, what do you think? Then I have something that I can kind of go back with. But again, I never want to be in between someone's relationship, because you never know how someone makes someone feel in that relationship. That's why the relationship between two people is so important. Like, even with marriages and things like that, nobody can tell you how your marriage is going to be. Yes, you have examples. Yes, you people that have done it for so long, but you and your partner are two individuals that are coming together. And if you guys decide to come together, then you guys are going to have to work and do what's best for your relationship. Nobody can tell you what's best for your relationship. And nobody can tell you how that other person treats you and makes you feel. Only you really know how that person makes you feel. And that's the beauty of, honestly, knowing what you need, knowing what you deserve. Because if somebody is not treating you well, then I don't want you to stay in a bad relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times I don't know that part. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be playing a role. But I don't want you in something that's detrimental to your emotional, physical, and mental well-being. You know what I'm saying? So,
like, obviously, with good friends, to me, the example of being a good friend is obviously you supporting them. But you do want to kind of, especially when it comes to relationships, you do kind of want to not be too involved. Because there's something you may take away, but a lot of times, when we're the quote unquote friend, we become overbearing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's kind of where, for me, I want a friend that's able to sit and understand, just like you said. I understand it. I'm going to remove my biases. How I see things, and I'm going to give you everything objective. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a good friend, and also, not necessarily about someone giving me money, because, you got those friends. They're your friends because they want to borrow money, you know. We, you know what I'm saying? It's not about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm up and now we friends. No, you know, I want you to be my friend through thick and thin.
Absolutely.
You know, when I'm broke and I'm hungry, you know what I'm saying? Be my friend.
Yeah.
Don't wait till, you know, tax season come around and I'm up. And now you want to be my friend. You see what I'm saying?
It's different.
You know?
I get it.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you got them friends too.
I do.
I'm cool on them friends.
I don't have them friends, but yeah.
You know, you always want something. That friend. You know? Yeah. You know.
Oh, God.
You my friend. You my friend when I get paid. Just say, like, you know, in a relationship, right, too. I want my woman to be my friend, my best friend.
Yes.
And I know sometimes people necessarily have a problem with that because they be like, well, who do I go confide in? I can't confide in you when I want to talk about you. You see what I'm saying? But to me, I think the person that you with, to me, that should be your best friend. Right?
Yeah. One of them for sure.
Your best friend.
Yeah.
One of them for sure. I mean, you know, I'm not going to take away, you know, you got your girls, you got your boys, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately, right, to be in a good relationship, you have to have that bond with your partner.
You have to.
Right?
Yes, that's important.
It's very important, right? Because, you know, me and you confide in each other other than in our relationship. It bodes well for us because it allows us to grow a certain way. You know what I mean? Where I can sit down and, you know what I mean, I can embrace you and we talking and it's about us being friends in that moment. It's something attractive about that to me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? To be honest, like, you know what I'm saying? So,
I agree.
It's crazy because, yeah, when you was laughing, I was sitting there, you know, a lot of times we get the misconception of what a friend is. You know, and I think when you was laying it out and you was pointing out, you know what I'm saying, somebody you can trust, it sounds similar to being in a relationship with somebody, don't it?
Yes.
It sounds similar. Yeah, and because it is, in that sense, because this is somebody that you're going to obviously open up and you're going to confide in. That's why I said what I said earlier about how, you know, the girlfriend talks and a new boyfriend comes along. It's a thin line there.
Right.
Because typically you are in a relationship with the person you deem as your friend, but we just don't look at it like that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You always got that one friend that know every time you get paid, you know, that friend.
You're so crazy.
I'm cool. I'm cool on that friend. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can have a nice day. I'll let you later. But you know what I'm saying? I want to throw that out there too because I thought that would be something good and people can relate because I know we all have friends and you know everybody has a quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, bestie in that regard. But if you are going to have a friend, you know, find those things, somebody that you can confide in and know that's not going to talk behind your back and expose your business, that's going to keep everything in confidence.
Right.
You want that type of friend, somebody you can lean on, you know what I'm saying, when you're going through hardship, you know, whether, you know what I'm saying, it's physically or emotionally, you know what I'm saying? You want somebody in your life like that because it's important to be able to have that in your life next to your companion. Let me just say that.
And also too, you know, it's important for us as the individuals, you know, we have to look at ways in which we can be better friends, you know. I had to learn to be a little bit more vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, vulnerability is something that I struggled with for a long time. But working on that in my personal relationships, my friendships, you know, letting them know like vulnerability hasn't been easy for me, but it's becoming more and more easier, you know, and I'm becoming more comfortable with saying certain things and things that I'm going through, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people hold stuff in and we hold stuff back because we don't really want to burden other people. We don't want to burden our folks with what we got going on. But But to let someone know that you might be going through something that can really give you a encouraging word or a avenue in which you might be able to take because you did decide to open up. You know what I'm saying? So we have to look at the other side of that versus just keeping things quiet or going through things silently, right? If you let somebody know that, you know, that you trust, you got something going on, then there might be some help, you know what I'm saying? There's some light at the end of the tunnel, you know? So there's another side to that.
So I want to touch on one thing you said before we wrap it up, Shay.
Okay.
You spoke about vulnerability.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And when you spoke about vulnerability, vulnerability is one of the hardest things you can do with anybody, let alone your friend, right?
Right.
And this is what we got to understand. People will be more vulnerable with somebody they don't even know.
Yes.
Compared to being vulnerable with even your lover. Or your friend in that context, right? Because it's something about that. It has to be a deep connection there.
Right.
Because being vulnerable, that means exposing these scars and the ugly truth and things of that nature, right?
Right.
And we know how people look at things like that because it's like, damn, if I give you this, you might want to throw it back in my face, right? So a complete stranger, it's easier, but I'm going to say this, right? When you spoke about that, it resonated with me, and this is why it resonated with me.
Okay.
For most of my life, you know, I always seen vulnerability as a weak period. To me, that was a weakness, right? You can't be vulnerable because people know what's going on with you. They're going to use it against you, right?
Yeah.
You got to be strong. I'm going to tell you right now, that's a lie.
Man.
That's a bold-faced lie.
It's a lie. And
right?
the truth ain't in it. Yes.
But you have to be comfortable.
Yes.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
But you have to be comfortable. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you allow yourself to be vulnerable in that moment, it's going to do something powerful for you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I promise you it will. It's going to do something powerful for you. So, you know, if you got a good friend or you know, your partner, open yourself up in that way. Because what Sherika was speaking about, you know, it's hard. It's very hard, right? You know, it's damn right to the point where some people get emotional.
Yes.
You know, to the point where it shakes them to their core. But I'm going to tell you, like, right now, like, tap into that vulnerability, man. And for you fellas, man, just listen up to me. There's nothing wrong with being vulnerable, particularly with your woman. I'm going to kind of like screw it that way, right? You have to be vulnerable.
Cousin?
Because your woman, go ahead.
Now, you have some people, though, that are not at that level to where a man or a woman, for that point, is not able to be that vulnerable. And I think that's where you have to be careful, because would you say that if you have a woman that or a man that's coming to you, telling you, wanting to know, that will be more of like a safe place for you to land, to go ahead and allow you to be vulnerable? Because, you know, you do have to be low key, because everybody is not at that level, you know? So how do you decipher that, or just go ahead and be vulnerable with your partner?
When I speak to that point, what I was saying, I understand vulnerability. That's why I addressed it and I said, for me,
okay,
I've never been allowed to be vulnerable based on, right? Now I'm more open to it, right? I'm more open to it. I didn't said on this show where I didn't allow myself to open up,
yes,
you know, in certain ways that I would never open up. I'm just being honest, right?
Yes.
Because I always just felt like I'm never going to let nobody in like that.
Right.
But what I'm saying, right, and this is the God's honest truth, I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not speaking bad on nobody. what I'm saying, this is coming from a black man, right, that understands struggle.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You have to release that.
Okay.
You gotta allow yourself to open that up, that airway, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't open that up, you're never gonna allow yourself to be you. You have to.
Yep.
And I'm speaking this, and this is coming from a man that been in so many messed up situations and lacked the understanding, did not have no growth, was very immature. I'm telling you this with the God's honest truth. Me and you had a conversation one day, and I'll never forget this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you said something to me that was so important.
Mm-hmm.
You said, cousin, you got to be transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to be transparent.
Yeah.
See, when we walk around and we're lost,
mm-hmm.
we're going to lose out on everything. So I understand exactly what you're saying. It's hard to be vulnerable, even with yourself.
Right, right.
Let alone somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to allow somebody in.
You got to.
Because the safe space is being able to say, you got to set yourself free from that.
Mm-hmm.
Vulnerability is beautiful.
Mm.
It's something great about it.
Mm-hmm.
When you do it in the right content, right?
Right.
And you're able to release that and allow the universe to feel that,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't deny yourself. I promise to God, man, I done said on this show, the last show we did, and I was speaking about, my mother.
Mm-hmm.
It made me feel so good to be able to be vulnerable. I don't know who's listening.
Right.
All I know is I felt comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking to my friend, because at the end of the day, I do consider the audience, y'all are people.
Yeah.
But when I was able to release that, it did something for me. Absolutely. I swear to God it did.
Yeah.
You know,
get left a little,
probably
a little lighter, probably walk a little taller.
Yeah, I felt a little lighter.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand, like, it's important to allow yourself to be vulnerable, man. That's why I was speaking particularly to the fellas.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we want to wear this mask and we want to walk around hard and no, man, you got to be vulnerable.
Absolutely, because we love it.
I'm not saying just go around and just, hey, look, man, I'm vulnerable.
Your ladies,
I'm not saying that.
Your woman love it. She love it when you open up. Go ahead.
Yeah. And it's something attractive about it when it's done in the right space.
Mm-hmm. Because
at the end of the day, let's just be honest, right? You being vulnerable allows a person to see you.
Yes.
It allows a person to see you.
Yes.
When you sit back trying to mask it,
mm-hmm.
I can't see who you really is.
Mm-mm.
I want to see you, and I want you to see me.
Yes.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? It's beauty in that, right?
Right.
The essence of you being vulnerable, and a man particularly being vulnerable with his woman,
mm-hmm.
is something that's just so much attraction there.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to me trying to, what's up, my nigga, trying to walk around and play this old bullshit role, excuse my language, because that's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's only going to last so long.
So long.
It's like that with me. I'm just like, I want you to tap in, man. I'm going to see you at your foot.
Yeah.
Straight up. Friends, or, whoever you want to call it, homies. Hey, let's open up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Let's be real, man. Yo.
Bet. All right, love. So that concludes another episode of The Cage Bird Sings. Make sure you are there for your friends and vice versa. Any last words you want to say to the people, Ollie, before we close out the show?
Thank you, obviously, for gracing us with your presence, Shay. To the people, it's all about being transparent. We want to be transparent, not only with self, but with our friends. And also understanding that the topic of the conversation is just to build us, to allow us to get, deeply connected with one another. Let's go, man. Let's start to do things different.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of times we can be stagnated. But let's start resonating, with change, true change, and the topic today was about what constitutes a good friend. We all have that in us.
Yes.
Let's start living it.
Absolutely.
Let's start living it, man. Thank y'all, man. The king is in the building.
Absolutely.
I appreciate y'all.
And y'all know the queen is here.
Have a good night.
And also a body in motion stays in motion. So if you keep moving forward, you're bound to get to your destination. All right, family, you bound to get to your destination. And so with that being said, I am a queen.
I am a king.
I am divine.
I am divine.
And my ancestors are proud of me.
And my ancestors are proud of me.
Peace, peace, y'all. See y'all on the next one.
All right, peace.